Why does all the extra bad shit happen late at night? I swear, from now on, I'm going to bed at 7 because all the stupid bullshit happens late. I was trying to do some night photography and, oh, I can't even think straight. I need to back up. Through an app, I found this beautiful, just stunning spot where they have this hard sand road and you can drive not too far out, but pretty far out, and listen to the waves and the beaches right there. And I slept here last night and it was just glorious. And there's like a couple other RVs and van people, but they like went way out on the beach and I didn't feel comfortable doing that. So they were out there and I stayed overnight, and then I guess she got cozy sometime between last night and tonight, because when I was trying to move her to get this shot of the stars, she sunk right in the sand, and I did what you're not supposed to do. What you're not supposed to do is panic and move faster than you need to, and that's exactly what I did because I panicked. So now the van is stuck in the fucking sand and it's like almost midnight, and I ran frantically to like knock on the other doors and ask for some help to see if I could get someone to pull me out, and like 2 women came out to help me. One of them was deaf and she still tried to help me, and like all the dudes were like, yeah, I'll do it in the morning, and that's a reasonable answer, but like I am level 5 concerned. So I just called. The nearest wrecker is not for like an hour away, and so I just called the sheriff's office and they're gonna send a deputy down here, I think to prevent me from causing more damage. But and don't lecture me. Don't say we should have driven on the sand. Like everybody else was doing it, and I took the safe route and parked nowhere near as far out as they are, and this bitch is about to become an artificial reef. Anyway, the deputy's on his way. I'm gonna try not to cry. I feel like I'm about to cry. I just want to go to bed. Well, this is van life. Yeah, where's that on the other channels, huh? This is the shit that happens. Ah, all right. Well, pray for the deputy, okay? Cameron Parish Sheriff's Office. Thank you, Jesus. Oh my God, I was freaking out. 3 of them came down here. They knew a guy who knew a guy. The wrecker was gonna be like $400, and they backed up, and using the giant chain that I bought for the generator, thank God I brought that, they were able to pluck me out of the sand. And oh my God, Team Blue, high five. I love law enforcement. Well, that was a lot of fun. Not. That was horrible. In retrospect, it probably doesn't sound like a big deal, because if it was one of my girlfriends and she said, oh, I'm stuck in the sand, I would say, oh, don't worry about it. Like, some guy with a truck will be by soon. You'll be fine. Or just wait until the morning and we'll figure it out. But since this is my home and like the water is right there and everything I own is in it, it was a huge deal. And the nearest town is like an hour away. There was nothing coming quick. And I just assumed when I was driving in that I would pass a store or something. So I waited until I got a little bit closer, but there was nothing around here. So I am out of water. My batteries are not going to last that much longer. Granted, I have the generator. But I was like, I'm going to die here. Like the ocean's going to come up, the van is going to turn into an artificial reef, and I am going to have a Viking funeral right here. This is it. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but every time I tried to shove the floor mats, some wonderful woman let me use her floor mats too, and every time I tried to rock her or like get her out, she just sunk deeper and deeper. And because vans have such low clearance, the undercarriage was like this, getting towards the sand, and I was losing it. Like heavy duty panic, which wasn't helping anything, because you're supposed to be very slow and tactical about getting your car out of the sand, and I looked like the Tasmanian devil underneath her, like digging it out. So I couldn't get anybody else. There's a couple people in the distance to help, but these two women were just such total badasses. Now women, and I'm raising my hand, we can be really catty. Really catty. But you put a woman in a crisis situation and you will never hear her say, I'm just not sure what we should do here. This is part of the reason I love small town America, because if I had been in a big city and called and said, oh, I'm stuck on the beach, they would have been like, well, call AAA. Well, AAA can kiss my white Yankee ass, because I did call them, because I do have a membership, and they were like, that's not the roadside, so yeah, we don't do that. And like, I get it. But I just love when you spend money on these programs and then when you go to use them, they're like, well, Chapter 5, Section A, Paragraph 3, yeah, we don't do that. It happens all the time. I know AAA has helped a lot of people, but they were just like, yeah, sorry, enjoy the view. Anyway, the deputies came and they looked at it and we couldn't really figure it out. And they said, well, let's just call Bob. I'm like, who the hell is Bob? Well, Bob with the truck is just some local guy who likes helping them out. And he came. Thank God I kept the generator chain, because I've been thinking about getting rid of that because it's really heavy. But without that, I would still be here having a Viking funeral. And they tied it in a knot, put it around Bob's truck. Bob popped her right back out. And I tried so hard to give Bob money. I was like, please let me pay you. Let me give you something. Like, I have lots of these. Like, can I give you some of these? And he just said, no, it's fine. And then drove off. Midnight, Bob with a truck and all these deputies. And like, they didn't want anything. They were happy to help. And that is just one of the many reasons that I love small town America and our officers. I mean, they were wonderful. They knew I was freaking out, and they came down here and put their heads together. They didn't give me any flack. They didn't lecture me about being a stupid tourist and hitting the soft sand. And I have always been a very loud, outspoken advocate for law enforcement. I believe it is one of the reasons that I lost my career, or my career crumbled underneath me. Because it doesn't really fit the message of mainstream media to be pro-Team Blue. But they were wonderful, and that's the third time I've had to lean on first responders to help me out in this trip. And it's worth mentioning that I'm able to do this, and you will be able to do this, and most of us live in happy, ignorant bliss throughout the day because there's a team of men and women who are risking their lives keeping the crazies at bay, so the rest of us can wake up on the beach and enjoy our friends and family. And I just cannot say enough wonderful things about them. They have been just angels with blue lights anywhere I've gone on this trip. Absolutely wonderful. So I'm headed to an RV park because I have to do laundry. Look at this mess. It's getting nasty in here. Plus my panic sweat is like on everything. And it's completely paved. It's in Texas. It's just a huge paved thing with a Texas-sized swimming pool. Texas-shaped swimming pool. And I am just ready to see a hard surface, do some laundry, and next time, no matter what the other van people are doing and other RVers, I will never take this thing out on the sand again, no matter how hard the sand is, no matter how much encouragement they have to do it. It's just, if it's your home, it ain't worth it. I'll see y'all later.